Hello, YouTube. This is VidHead85 here, and I want to talk a little bit about Governor Mark Dayton of Minnesota. He stunned the Chamber of Commerce when he said basically, you never called for reform, for spending reform during the Pawlenty years, during the 8 years that the Minnesota was going down the toilet. But now that there's a Democrat in the governor's mansion, now you want to call for reform? Basically, he did the Bernie Sanders of he did basically what Bernie Sanders did and said to the 80 CEOs calling for balancing the budget, saying, "You have no shame. If you want to talk about the budget, why don't you stop? Why don't you start paying your fair share of taxes? Why don't you start contributing to the solving of the problem instead of being the problem?" Governor Dayton, if anything, he has been somebody that I wish we had a governor like that. I wish Governor Cuomo had more of a backbone as a Democrat, which I think he's more a center right politician there, but most of all, he's a politician. But if anything, like Governor Patrick Deval of Minnesota, Massachusetts, said Democrats need to start acting like Democrats. Governor Dayton has vetoed ALEC bills, tort reform, so-called, basically making it harder to sue a company, voter ID. He opposed the anti-gay marriage bill, or rather constitutional amendment, and he has definitely been a big champion for the progressive cause, and I feel I would love to vote that man into office as the president of these United States. I wonder who he would pick as his VP, though. That would be interesting. But if anything, speaking of president, this man should definitely run in 2020 if he should get I believe that the people of Minnesota will vote him in again as governor, which would be awesome, in 2014. I also do think that if anybody should run in 2016 or 2020, I will put it farther, 2020, Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren. There was a picture that I saw on Facebook that showed them too, and it showed them Warren Sanders 2016, and I said, yes, if anybody should run, it should definitely be those two. They would be a kick-ass team. Because Bernie Sanders, like I said earlier, when the 80 CEOs came, he actually made it known that many of them did not pay taxes, but they got so much back from the government. That's what's breaking it. That's what's raking the deficit high, but nobody ever wants to say that. There's another thing. I also wondered, well, if Clinton doesn't run, I would definitely support Joe Biden. And I would definitely want to see somebody like Mark Dayton as the VP, so he can kind of get into that role and grow into running for president. The other part is there was something about how to give Rush Limbaugh a massive coronary after we reelect America's first black president. Let's put a Democratic woman in there. And if anything, I think Hillary Clinton and Michelle Obama, they would have the right foaming, just having massive heart attacks all over the place. I think election night when they win would be something of a, oh my goodness, what? Oh, no. That'd be interesting though. But if anything, have a great day. I will see you later. And Minnesotans, if you're out there, let me know. Would you vote for Mark Dayton as for Prez? I sure would. And also, are there any other good governors like Dayton that you would vote in for Prez? Talk to you later. Bye bye.